Hi guys, it's Krista, and I'm popping in to do a May-June reading, both global and personal. So we'll get to the personal stuff with the cards. And I also am interested in giving you a little information about this super moon that just took place yesterday in the United States and is actually still having great effect. And it was in Scorpio, the full moon in Scorpio, or I think some people are calling it the pink moon or the strawberry moon. And it makes sense that endings and new beginnings are going to be all clashed all over the place. I want to spend just a little time here channeling, so I'm going to say my prayer and tap in and see what I get live for you guys about this moon and what will help you in general over the next 2 months. So just give me a few minutes here. Okay, so I got 3 messages I'm just going to share with you guys. The first one was duck and cover. So I think there's going to be a lot of unrest in May and June. The second one was try to have empathy for people across cultural, racial, gender, misunderstood lines, because we haven't had the opportunity to educate one another as to who we actually are, and all this misunderstanding is getting us in trouble. And I will tell you the third one before I forget, because it came through, and it is love thy neighbor. So those 3 things are what I got for your May, June, and I'll expand on them a little bit intellectually. So the first one, duck and cover, I think what I saw as they were saying that was a lot of unrest. Like I just said, there are going to be heightened, with new beginnings. The demons always scream loudest right before we tame them. And whether that's on a macro level or a micro level, it's true. And so as we walk into this new era, and it is a new era, and this full moon kind of signifies a complete end to ways of life that we will never see again, many of which were dysfunctional for the elevation and the level of manifesting and evolution of human beings. Thus, why so many people are showing up for readings and feeling trapped and feeling like they need a different kind of career, family, understanding of themselves. So as we walk into a new era, there's going to be a lot of conflict. There's going to be a lot of misunderstanding, people who are hanging on. And one of the other things that means the same thing as demons screaming really, really loudly is that when we are about to create a huge movement, there's a backlash. And if you're getting or seeing that backlash in the world, then you are making progress, right? Another thing I like to say is, you're headed in the right direction when the shotguns are pointed at you. So given that we're going to see some conflict, the next 2 make sense. And the first one, or the second one, is, to try to understand across lines that in the end, we all have the commonality of being human. We all cry, we all sleep at night, we all, love, we all have these basic human needs, even though they may be, within a particular culture or body or gender or what have you. The needs come down to the same thing. We want acknowledgement, we want to be heard, we want to feel love, we want to feel joy. And if we can come back to that, we are so much more likely to see as a collective, our humanity be sustained. Not that I'm hearing that it's on the line today, not today, but it's almost like we have a collective lesson to learn about loving ourselves and therefore one another. So everyone walks around in this holograph of self, right? So, you know, if you want to know what's going on in someone's brain, walk into their home or walk into their life and see how they organize things or what they're attracting, because that's what they're thinking. That's the holograph that you are. And as a collective, we have needed a massive, massive shift away from greed, away from the accumulation of money as a sport, and back into an accumulation of money is fine. I have no problem with it. Back to a more humane way of being, which is to focus on those things of joy, of love, of forgiveness, and focus that on other people. The third thing, love thy neighbor. If we could institute this, even with, and I'm itching, so this is a huge channel, this is a huge message for you. If we could institute, even in the most challenging relationships, if it's from a million miles away with 10,000 boundaries, still offering love within that. And you don't have to be in touch with those who've harmed you or who you can't get along with, but to show the universe that you love yourself first and you forgive yourself for being very disempowered by that person is going to allow you to have the apathy to love them spiritually. It's when we hate ourselves for the vulnerability being used against us like we're weak, right? The vulnerability that someone else used against you. And usually just because they're hurt. 9 times out of 10, they aren't malicious. Or if they are, that's all they know. So you can forgive yourself enough for being so vulnerable when others hurt you, no matter what the situation, that you can release. I feel this great big, release the negative that keeps you from loving them spiritually. And I'm a personality that I love more people spiritually than I do personally. I like my time alone. I like my introvert time. And I'm very choosy about who gets into that. And so in order to grow in my life, I've had to remove a lot of the people who would inadvertently wish me ill. They don't mean to necessarily, but they're not doing things towards me that would support that. Everybody has this in their life. And so, we put that at distance, right? And when we put that at a distance, we are able to step back and say, okay, I can love this person in small doses, or I can love this person from a distance. And, or I can just not care and send love out to the universe, and hopefully they can receive that without a specific anything. All right, guys, that's what came through for the next 2 months. So I'm just going to stick with that and do a little 3-card reading for everyone on what the next 2 months is going to be like. We'll start with Aries. See what Aries has going on. Oh, big time new. So you've made a decision, Aries, and you are going to walk into a whole new world. I got the Judgment card, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Swords. Judgment is okay, the divine is going to say, good for you on this new world, and we support you. And you'll start seeing new opportunities come your way, things that you've always wanted, but they're going to come in ways you never expected. And I totally get this because I'm Taurus, which is next. And we're having that happen too. Also left something behind, made a decision. And it's, it's really time to tend our gardens and not go, I'm hearing, don't look back. Don't look back. Get around water if you need to get intuitive. Water is very intuitive. And give me one more piece of information on that. Yeah. So what you walked away from was actually kind of an addictive energy, and it was not serving you. What will serve you is being willing to step away from that energy every single time you experience it, at least in your personal life, and only being open to that which is truly aligned, Taurus. It's like time. That's all we need to do. In the grandest of worlds, we sit back, we express who we are authentically, and we let the world throw us things that align, or throw things that are good for us, and throw things that are bad for us, and we choose. We have the ability to have that free will. Gemini, work is going well, very well. If you have a business, it may really kick up so that you can, have a healthy savings in the next few months. You're going to feel like you get to protect everything. So, because you've worked so darn hard, I don't blame you. One more card here, angels. Yeah, you're going to be continuing to work very, very hard. So, Gemini, I see for you, the next few months are about work. Cancer. Oh, Cancer. They're asking you not to feel trapped about this time. You're actually having the opportunity to do some soul reclamation. It doesn't always feel so good, but it's going to make you feel so much more whole and bring that maturity to you that exists, but you're going to be able to express it more freely. Leo, if you haven't, consider self-employment. It's going to go very, very well for you. If you are in business for yourself, I see some kind of new beginning for you that allows you to see prosperity. Anything else for Leo? Leo the lion. Gosh, you're strong. By August, I think you're really going to see what I'm talking about with this, which I'll do another in a couple of months. Where are we? Virgo. Virgo, you want love, and you're going to go after it. You're going to go after it. I know that there's like a money thing that you're worried about, not being able to present yourself in a way that you could get the love that you want. And it's going to come together for you. Yeah. Home and hearth. The Four of Wands. Very good. Libra. Brand new beginning. Don't let anyone stop your new beginning, like a dishonest person. I see like a young energy that is kind of going to feed you full of BS and not be able to give you exactly what you need, and it'll stop that new beginning. What can help Libra with that? Being very, take your time getting to know new people and or people who say they've changed, and make sure, Libra, that your scales are balanced and that you're not like hanging on to something that's really not good for you. So, Scorpio. Love for Scorpio. Oh my goodness, yes. I got 2 lovers cards in one little 3-card reading, and you're just going to feel like, like the person of your dreams has entered your world, or the current person that you're with has like made this massive change that is this huge relief and allows you to have a more open, loving experience. Love it for you, Scorpio. Sagittarius. Watch out for the snarky young woman or man, but I feel like it's a young-minded woman. You have the opportunity right now for the next 2 months to kind of live in bliss and abundance if you set profound boundaries with that person. Don't let them back in, destroy your brain. They don't deserve, you don't have to pay rent there for this person. Like, they don't deserve space there. So enjoy your life is what I'm hearing. Yeah, I've got 2 cards of kind of being out in the woods and just enjoying yourself. So Capricorn, take your time. You may be with someone who is long-term relationship material, or you're starting some kind of long-term commitment to something. Brand new beginning. either in love or in business, but I'm hearing just let it unfold. Let the alchemy work back and forth with this. Aquarius, choose your battles wisely, Aquarius. Step forward and don't go back. Don't go backward. In fact, if you look back on my old videos, I think I called one of them, don't put your shoes on backwards. You can have the income you want from what you love, but you may have to partner with someone, and it's not someone from the recent past, maybe a long time ago past, someone you really admire, but not someone from the recent past. Yeah, that recent past person is just going to bring up all that angst that you recently let go of. Pisces. Boy, can you move forward with career right now. It's going to feel like a conflict to you, but it's not. You just need to be more playful about it and kind of find your young creative mind to get the ideas out. That's what people are really, really wanting from you, Pisces, is that super creative part of you. Don't think this time it's going to be unstable. It's not. You're moving forward. Give me a little bit more information about that, angels. And it is time to let go of a love relationship that has stood in the way of this. And you know what I'm talking about, Pisces. Many of you are very psychic and intuitive, and for some people, you've allowed a narcissist to rather have more rent in your brain than any human deserves. All right, I'm going to end this with love thy neighbor, because I think we're going to see some major conflicts, especially in May, over the next, until late May, and because of the supermoon that we just went through. And I wish you well, and I love you to pieces, and I will see you guys when spirit calls. Bye.